Hey everybody. So today I'm going to react to a Jubilee video. And if you don't know Jubilee, they're an interesting YouTube channel where they ask people deep and important questions about society, about culture, about politics. And they have a mini series that's called Middle Ground, where they get diverse people with different points of views to come together and discuss these topics. So I'm really happy and excited to be able to react to one of these videos because I think that they are of value. They're a great resource if you want to get an insight as to like what people think and why people think what they think. Is college necessary? Pro versus anti-college. The first thing I want to say is that the question needs to be specified, right? So is college necessary in terms of making more money? Is it necessary in terms of living a full human life? Like, what exactly are they asking?
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. My parents expected me to go to college.
My parents absolutely did.
Even though my dad didn't go to college himself, he went through a little bit of like an associate's degree, but his main thing was a photographer. And then my mom, being from Jamaica, completely different, education being her way of getting out of that kind of environment, poverty, things like that. She always wanted me to go to school, and they both put me through private school to better prepare me for college. So they kind of started me off on the path as soon as they could.
Growing up, I actually didn't even realize there was an option to not attend college. I thought that part was mandatory, but you may or may not graduate.
Same thing for me. I didn't think that it was an option not to go to college.
It was very important to my grandmother as well, being a college professor. And when she and my grandfather graduated from college and earned their master's degrees, they were literally able to take that to the bank as a down payment on a home. At the time, a college degree meant guaranteed income.
College campuses are radicalizing young people.
In my mind, though, it's no different than what algorithms are perpetuating on social media right now. You know, if you're on Twitter, you're going to be following people that are within your space, and you're going to be seeing that content. And I think that's actually playing more of a role in radicalizing and doing more in the political space than what we're actually seeing at college campuses.
That's an interesting point, right? Because I think the idea and the concern is that on social media, people are only going to be exposed to things that they already agree with. So it enhances this echo chamber that people are in. And that is more true for social media than it is for college, because at least for college, you may take a class and you can't really choose who your classmates are, right? So there might be somebody who's atheist or somebody who's like Muslim in your class. And depending on what the subject is, like those differing views may come to light, and then there's some sort of discussion. But if you decide who your friend is going to be on social media, if you decide who to follow on social media, then I think more likely than not, you're really just going to follow people who already believe what you believe.
Me personally, I grew up in a conservative Christian household. Growing up in those environments, I feel like radicalization, it really starts at home. It starts with what your parents tell you about people. I think that when we get to college, we're in more of a free space to voice these opinions. And even on social media, there's also a level of anonymity, so people feel more comfortable sharing certain viewpoints. I feel like these things start at home, and they're just pushed more to the forefront once you get a little older.
Colleges prioritize making money over providing quality education.
Also, when you look at public institutions and you see the salaries, 90% of the time you're going to see that the highest paid person is a college coach. And that'll show you where the actual money is going to, and it's like millions of dollars more than every other person that works at the institute.
Yeah, that money is definitely not going to philosophy professors or other professors in the humanities.
My name is Casey. I am pro-college. College was an opportunity for me, definitely, with the ability to lift me out of poverty. I grew up in a single-parent household, raised by my mom, and so I think that just the ability to go to college and earn a degree set me up for higher paying jobs and the ability to pay my mom's bill as well as be a better person in my community.
When I first entered college, I thought that you had to have a college degree to be successful and to start your own business. And I met a bunch of people that had dropped out of college that were between the ages of 18 and 23. That was eye-opening to me because there were people that had raised millions of dollars to start their own companies and they didn't have that college background. My mom has her master's, my dad is a doctor. So for me to turn around and say, hey, I actually don't even think I need 4 years of college, I think I can actually just go out and do things on my own, it was a big cultural shock for them.
We should stop telling kids that they should all go to college.
Yeah, I think some kids, if they are really, really excelling in the school, then yeah, that you want to encourage that one. But you'll always have that kid that just has no idea what they want to do, and that person shouldn't be pressured to go, shouldn't even be encouraged to go. They need to just figure out something. But
Well, even for a person who doesn't know what they want to do with their life, you can see college as a way to expose them to different life paths, right? Like they're forced to take all these different classes. So there's a chance that they're going to discover some interest or passion that they previously never knew about.
Or if their skills are not conducive to like
yeah,
a
exactly.
normal degree, like
Exactly.
go to trade school, learn a trade, and you'll make money.
That's true. You can go to a trade school and make money, but that's not the only benefit of college, right? Because you're forced to take all these different classes, you learn more about the human condition. You're forced to think more about the human condition. And I think, well, because I'm a philosopher, I think that's important for living a full human life.
I think that we need to switch away from telling every single kid that you need to go to school, more like, hey, look, if you don't want to go to school, here are some other options.
All right, so my final thoughts. I was disappointed to see that they didn't really talk about the intrinsic value of learning in this discussion. Nobody brought that up, right? Nobody said there is just some value, intrinsic value to be had when you learn about the human condition, when you think about deep questions and discuss deep issues. They talked a lot about money. They talked a lot about the instrumental value of college, right? Like whether or not it was necessarily going to help you get a job or something like that, which is important, right? Money is definitely important. You have to pay the bills, but that's not the only value of college. And that's not the only value of learning. And I'm in favor of community colleges. It is true that people rack up a lot of debt when they attend four-year universities, okay? And that can be crippling. So community colleges, thumbs up, okay? Trade schools, I'm also in support of. So I'm not necessarily disagreeing with their opinions on the different options that should be available to people. I'm just disagreeing with their instrumental view and approach to the value of education. Okay, well, that's going to be it for today. I'll see you all next time.